Children's story near the room. Today I moved a rented room to a house near the school because the old rented house is far from the school. Here it is affordable. The landlord also let me stay in room 18 on the third floor, which is the last room in the building. He took me into the walkway at about 5 p.m. and the woman in room 17 next to me saw me walking out of the room and even shouted insults at her. I do not care and also enter the room, thinking in my mind that like this every day, I will definitely not be able to study. At 6 p.m., I came back from eating with friends and climbed the stairs to the third floor, almost lost my tongue. Oh, forget to tell me to be alone because my friend has not moved in yet. I took a shower, sat down to watch the lesson for a while, and the sound of crying children began to ring. Nah, nah, crying loudly, but really. And the mother does not think of looking at the child? Let it cry so loud. The child continued to cry for a while. The sound came from room 18. Refusing to be quiet. I thought that maybe the mother had not come back to leave the child. I got up, opened the door and went out to see, but the sound of children crying was silent. The next night, I heard the baby cry again, but for a moment it stopped. Late at night, while I was sleeping, the child cried again. I could not hear my hair, heavy voice, squealing, never tired. Soon I heard the voice of a woman carrying a baby. My hands and feet were shaking and I could not move because of fear, because this voice was not like the woman I saw. Or did he move out that day? The more you think, the more nervous you feel. I was scared, the voice calmed down, and I decided not to think too much, because it could be that someone had just arrived. The next day I peeked into that room too, but it was locked and there was a curtain inside. I couldn't see anything. Maybe the owner was not there, you know? Without thinking much, I came to study as usual. That night, I sat down to do my homework and forgot until late at night, when it was 12 o'clock. I also turned off the light to sleep. Nah, nah. The sound of crying again. I was scared of losing my hair because this sound in the room with me came from near the door. A shadow of a woman sitting next to me snuck in to pick up her child. Made a loud noise and heard the hair fall out. I'm scared because there is no way to run if it sits at the door. This time it is clear that it is not human. Don't you think that room 18 moved out at first? I guess he just went out for a while. I blew the blanket, did not dare to do anything until 3 o'clock in the morning. Both the sound and the shadow disappeared, I do not know. The next day I moved out and no longer dared to stay in a rented room alone.